do a YouTube video or something, because that's the problem. See something, say something's also, in case you catch them planting bombs, they can have the police stand down. That's really what the NSA is used for in anti-terror operations. That way they knew about FBI agents that were on the trail of the decoy hijackers and other things. I appreciate your call. Okay, let's go ahead and take another one here. Let's talk to Diane in Louisiana. Diane, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex. Okay, I'm a first-time caller and new member of Planet TV. I have two questions and a comment. Do you think with all this shenanigans going on with Obama, body of Obama, do you think that he would dare declare martial law to stop the presidential election in 2012?
I don't know. I mean, the globalist could simply remove him and put a new puppet in like Rick Perry, and then Rick Perry will get demonized and attacked in the narrative, and then they'll put another puppet in. I mean, Obama, I said, in Obama Deception. In fact, we ought to re-air the first 10 minutes of Obama Deception. I said he will plunge. He will be destroyed. He will be like toilet paper, used toilet paper. Absolutely political garbage. But that's how it works. The office of the presidency already operates as a dictatorship. Wars without congressional approval, carbon taxes without congressional approval, selective enforcement of laws, gun control without laws, amnesty. They're saying, well, the 300,000 illegals, we'll just go ahead and release most of them out of prison. And we might keep a few, of the felons back, but most of them we're just going to release on the streets of America. We're not going to deport them. Well, that violates federal immigration law. So he's already a dictator, but he's a power slave, just like George W. Bush was. He's got all this power, but he's like a switch that 1 trillion watts is running through. He's still just a switch. He's not the power. He's like a power line carrying the power. He's not the electricity itself. He's a front man who's meant to be built up and then destroyed. Instead of Obama canceling election, I've said many times in the constellation of things I see them, I mean, I know their hand of cards. I know them. I eat, drink, and sleep the globalist operation, tracking it. So I'm inside the operation because I'm tracking and I'm watching and I'm looking through their eyes. And in their fist of cards, in their little hand, in their grimy little hands, is the assassination of Obama to be blamed on a patriot, or what the establishment calls a poltard. And so that's in their grimy fist. And let me tell you, that can happen. So that's in the cards. Staging a failed assassination attempt against Obama, that's really in the cards. Staging other events, I mean, it's all there, ma'am. Does that answer your question?
Yes, I keep having this recurring dream that I see Obama being walked out of the White House in handcuffs. I hope that happens real soon. But my comment is that I know that you have inspired me and opened my eyes. So have Dr. Savage and Reverend Manning. And the other night, 2 nights ago, I was listening to Dr. Savage, and he's on, he tried to analyze people, and he's pretty good at it. But he's got it in his head that Rick Perry seems to be a great candidate to lead this country and turn it around. And I couldn't get through on the line. I wanted to warn him. And maybe you need to talk to him and pull his coattail. And there was a guy
I've tried to talk to Michael Savage, and I was critical of him years ago when he was pushing a police state, for the Muslims. Folks, it's going to be used against everybody, and it is now. He has talked about false flag terror. That really makes the respect level for him go up. But he doesn't live in Austin. He doesn't know Rick Perry, but he'll get educated. Forced inoculations, eminent domain power grabs for foreign companies of farms and ranches. To go over Rick Perry. But again, Rush Limbaugh, ask him this. Hey, Savage, you're always attacking Limbaugh and calling him an empty suit and a front man and all this stuff. Well, this guy's being totally endorsed by Limbaugh. Rick Perry, ladies and gentlemen, is as phony as a $3 bill. The guy is an absolute joke. And just like people thought, oh, Obama, he's real, he'll save us. Oh, Rick Perry, he's going to save us. No. The only person who's real, and it doesn't mean he can save us, but he'll certainly get us in the right direction is Ron Paul. I appreciate your call. Good to hear from you. All right. Those callers have been holding the longest. And I got Dr. Roberts coming up, and I've got to get to these other news items. So I'm going to come back and get to the earthquake news, mainstream media and government admitting earthquakes can be man-made. And I think I'm going to have a special comment at the end of the news tonight. Really, tonight's special report format is really a kind of a beta test for the nightly news. There'll be some differences, and the nightly news, we're going to try different variants of what I end up thinking is most effective to get the word out. But again, 7 o'clock tonight, 7 o'clock, prisonplanet.tv.
Attention gardeners, this is an urgent GCN self-reliance update. GCN has just discovered a new bioactive superfood for garden plants, flowers, and herbs. It's called ProtoGrow, and it's so effective at producing rapid plant growth that it seems to almost force plants to grow like crazy under practically any soil and light conditions. Now, here's the best part for our listeners who garden for self-reliance. ProtoGrow's unique blend of sea nutrients maximizes mineral uptake and dramatically increases bloom set, creating maximum plant growth in minimum time. ProtoGrow works by providing geometric keys, which have the capacity to actually unlock the genetic code for nutritional uptake in plants. ProtoGrow's full-spectrum plant fertility means fruits and vegetables with extraordinary taste and up to 10 times the nutritional value. And if you want to double or triple the potency of herbs or wheatgrass, you can. If you want to grow nutritionalized superfoods with non-hybrids, it's now easy. GCN listeners who want to grow dirt-cheap superfoods should visit the ProtoGrow website at growlikecrazy.com. That's www.growlikecrazy.com or call 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365.
If you drive for a living, you don't get paid to stop or wait in line. Keep your wheels moving with pre-pass. Bypass way stations. Fly by port of entry facilities. Stay moving at highway speed while the guy without pre-pass waits in line. Save time, save money. Call 888-401-PASS to try pre-pass free. That's 888-401-PASS.
Hi, I'm Mark Craighead, founder of Crossbreed Holsters. I designed our top-selling holster, the Super Tuck Deluxe, to solve the problems of being poked, pinched, and gouged while carrying concealed. The Super Tuck Deluxe is the most comfortable, most concealable holster on the market today. We offer a 2-week free trial and a lifetime warranty.
Visit us at crossbreedholsters.com. Don't forget, crossbreedholsters.com.
You don't need me to tell you that humanity is in a deep crisis. Everyone can feel it. We know a tectonic struggle is now taking place between the forces of freedom and those who love darkness, bondage, and enslavement. Yes, my friends, evil is rising. But take heart. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Recently, New World Order operative Hillary Clinton admitted they're losing the info war.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war.
The globalists are scared. They've overreached. The future of the info war is in your hands. Join prisonplanet.tv. Download the thousands of special video reports, ebooks, and more, and get them out to everyone you know. Continue to spread the word about the broadcast on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and every other globalist propaganda platform. We are going to use their system against them. The info war now goes into high gear.
What you're about to hear are the real experiences of women over 40 who finally lost weight by becoming hormonally balanced again.
I lost 20 pounds.
I lost 40 pounds.
I lost 55 pounds.
I went from a size 14 to a size 8.
Their secret is Amberin, the revolutionary formula for women over 40 that balances hormones naturally. The leading cause of weight gain over 40 is hormonal imbalance. Until you balance your hormones, losing weight can be practically impossible. But Amberin restores hormonal balance naturally, so the weight can just fall right off, even that stubborn belly fat. Plus, Amberin eliminates other symptoms of hormonal aging, like hot flashes, night sweats, low libido, difficulty concentrating, and more. Be one of the first 50 callers right now, and they'll send you a complimentary risk-free trial with a 30-day supply. Free. Call 1-800-737-9107. That's 1-800-737-9107. 1-800-737-9107.
Okay, Okay, it's official. Human activity can cause earthquakes. A great boil-down article, that's really what Washington Blog excels at, is linked up at Infowars.com today. It's official. Human activity can cause earthquakes. Human activity is officially acknowledged to cause earthquakes. The United States Geological Survey is America's official expert on earthquakes. It's the federal agency charged with monitoring, reporting on, researching, and stressing preparedness for earthquakes. So I was surprised to read the following statement on the USGS. And again, this was reported the last few days by the Denver Post as well. That's why we covered it the day of the quake. Earthquakes induced by human activity have been documented in a few locations in the United States, Japan, and Canada. The cause was injection of fluids into deep wells for waste disposal and secondary recovery of oil, fracking, and the use of reservoirs for water supplies. Most of these earthquakes were minor. The largest and most widely known resulted from fluid injection at the Rocky Mountain Arsenal near Denver, Colorado. In 1967, an earthquake of magnitude 5.5 followed a series of smaller earthquakes. Injection had been discounted at the site in previous years once the link between the fluid injection and the earlier series of earthquakes was established. So they discontinued it once they confirmed it was happening. Nicholas Craig and Weston RL 1990, earthquake hazard associated with deep well injection, a report to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, U.S. Geological Survey Bulletin, 1951, page 74. And again, I should do a report on this. This is the type of thing I'll do on the nightly news. Little nuggets of info. I'll go pull the Israeli companies bragging that they can inject explosives and cause big earthquakes. Or I can pull up the Russians admitting they can do it. I can pull up the tsunami bomb from the 1950s out of the Australian newspapers. I can pull up then the Eastman HARP patent where they admit using these systems to oscillate in the atmosphere and bounce back to the earth, and just then tag it all off with the Secretary of Defense, William Cohen, 1997, April 28th, saying, yes, we can create earthquakes and other governments can as well. Continues, the New York Times noted in February, researchers with the Arkansas Geological Survey say that while there is no discernible link between earthquake and gas production, there is strong temporal and spatial evidence for a relationship between these quakes and the injection wells. So they may just try to use these tremors caused by shifting what's going on under the ground with gas and oil wells to restrict everybody. See, that'll be another thing to keep us from developing our own oil. For decades, scientists have been researching induced seismicity, or how human activity can cause earthquakes. And it goes on. There's a Lawrence Berkeley laboratory points out that ever since the 1930s this had been observed. And then it goes through the different maps of water injection and fracking. We'll show folks a document cam shot of that if they're watching on prisonplanet.tv. But again, you can go read this article. It's pretty darned detailed, and you can see it there on the site. But again, we'll be covering that more. Now this is just a mild admission. The point is, this stuff does exist. It can happen. And I saw reports in the Washington Post, Associated Press, and others in the last few days saying, well, this is a very rare earthquake that has hit Virginia and surrounding states. Then they had aftershocks, a 4.5 magnitude aftershock, and now more cracks found at the Washington Monument. This is probably a natural earthquake, but if it continues or more happens, and we continue to see major population centers hit, that's the thing. So many of these big quakes now are hitting major population centers, where before it hit a major center and then out in the middle of nowhere. And then it hit another major population center, and then out in the middle of nowhere, out in the middle of nowhere, out in the middle of nowhere. Then it hit a major population center. Now it's population center, population center. I was looking at analysts breaking this down the last few years that so many of the big quakes now are right there in key areas, right there in major population centers. And a lot of that's because people do tend to build on coastlines that tend to be along tectonic fault lines. So